Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the lunchtime market update for Thursday, July the 9th, 2020. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we are at the market here today. What a day today. So we've got SPX here down 31 points. Feels like it's down a lot more than that because it was such a fast move down today. We go to the weekly chart. We're back red again. Red spinning top here at the top end of these upper shadows. Daily chart, though, look at that. Big red candle right there. An engulfing candle, right, from yesterday's interesting move, right? So today was interesting. Right, we gapped up today. We started to push a little bit, then it pulled back pretty sharp. But we pointed this out on the live stream and in our Discord this morning that we were looking for some pullbacks in names like Apple. And then there was some strength. We were looking at strength in Roku and AMD. So these were some really, really good names. That gave some good moves today, and plus, not to mention some shorts on SPY and SPX. So let's take a look at SPY and take a look at that and see how it's doing here this morning and this day. So again, engulfing candle right here, still kind of low volume, but it's got an opportunity to increase that volume if we get some action into the end of the day. If we go to here, right, so a couple things we were looking at, we're kind of, kind of a little bit of a channel right here going into the pre-market. We pushed up a little bit, and then we got a big flush down. But one of the things we really liked about this, and we'll show you this on the ES, is that we had a great upward trend line from last night that got broke this morning, right? And then it was retested, and on that retest, we had a great opportunity for a short on that one. So that was a great opportunity here. Several great opportunities here on the short side. We're rallying a little bit right now. We're double inside 15. Right at the 80 MA. So this is a very, very interesting level. So definitely keep an eye on this one. Might even have to pause the video and might take a trade for the group right here. But give us a second here before we do that. So let's take a look here at the ES. Okay, yeah, it's breaking down that inside 15 here. I might have to pause the video. I'll be right there. Okay, false alarm there. So anyway, but it was definitely worth the look on that one. So S&P futures, like we saw here, just a little bit of a move here is starting to make a little push to the downside, but just couldn't do it there. You couldn't get any volume on it. So you can see here on the 5-minute chart, just a little bit of a rally candle, and then we're keeping an eye on it right here. We're coming back to a signal zone, so let's see if it drops off of that. But might look for another retest of it and then see how it goes from there. But definitely some bearishness going into the day there. I know I skipped over to the ES right here, but that's what we were looking at there a second ago in the group. So good stuff there. MES as well. So trying to just kind of hold on this level. Potential doji sandwich down, but let's see. It's really got to clear those levels. So we'll see where it gets there. But quite a move down this morning, guys. We had a great trend line from last night. Right, great geo line right here. That broke down nicely this morning for a quick short there. Came back up, retested, and then back down for a beautiful move to the downside. We're only down 30 points, which is really nothing. We've had big gaps like that, but really the important thing with this is how fast it was to the downside. So we're definitely going to be monitoring that throughout the day right here, and it's definitely getting into this price action is getting interesting here. So we'll see if it's doing a bull flag right here, or if that bull flag decides to fail and break itself to the downside. So we'll see how that goes from there. Other than that, let's see. So we did have a chart request out there on the Qs. We'll get to it again in a little bit. So let's take a look here. So again, a big down move as well. We had this upper channel that broke here this morning in the pre-market levels, and you can see on the daily chart there, it's still hanging in there, right? Inside day up. Gap up, and it came back into the range. It's kind of holding it so far. Some of our members actually shorted this one instead of the SPY today, so good job on that. IWM right back to the 50 moving average and the upward trend line right there, so let's see if that holds, and we'll see what kind of volume we get into the end of the day on this one. So Apple, this is one that we normally like to trade at the open. It really it did what we expected it to do this morning. We expected a fast pullback at the open because of how extended it was pre-market. Right, so this is kind of messing things up right here. I'm not even sure if it's a good tick or not, but we liked how it started to roll over pre-market. So that was kind of our first indication that things were a little bit weak. So that gave a nice move right here. Right, it bounced off its 15 or below, and then pushed back again. Now it's kind of retesting its 15 or below area. Tesla was actually pretty interesting this morning. Initially gave a really big pop right at the open, then it kind of pulled back a little bit right here. So this is kind of chopping around in its range. Rejected the 15 or below again. So we'll see how it goes in the rest of the day. BABA, this is one we took a short on in the group this morning as well. So this was nice, right? So this is we were expecting this, right? Because this thing was gapping up. I think they're talking about like some stock split stuff, things like that. But either way, yes, the secondary listing in Hong Kong. These have all been like kind of the big deals, right, going on with this. So, again, that's 2 days in a row with a huge gap up and a rare gap up off of another 10-point gap up on it. So we figured this would be fadeable this morning, so we faded this gap here today, and that gave a really, really great short this morning. So that was nice as well. And then another one that members did well on today too is some folks did well in Costco. Just got a nice move at the open right here and still pushing up into the highs at the end of the day. So some relative strength on that one. So good stuff there. Let's take a look here. So, Costco, just look at that, beautiful. Nearly a gap and go. I like how it gapped over the geo line right here based on its same store numbers, and then, got over all these levels too. So really, really strong close on Costco. So a couple chart requests out there. Let's take a look at TXN. Texas Instruments hanging in there. So it's pulled back here to the ADMA, so let's see if that can hold. Again, Texas Instruments is a tricky one to trade. Sometimes it does give some good setups. It hasn't really been giving us a lot of good options for the day trade side. So it's kind of getting tight in here. Just keep an eye on that one, see how it goes. The Qs we looked at a little bit ago, but again, just relative market strength. It's actually up a penny, but still holding its trend. We do have a fresh high, fresh trend line on this one, which we haven't adjusted in a little bit. So we're getting a little bit extended over the trend line, so not surprised to see a couple little pullbacks going on there, but we may see some sideways action until it can catch up to it. Roku, wow, this one was on the radar this morning. We pointed this out as a long idea at the open. We liked it pre-market. We liked the action, right? Double inside day, gap over the double inside day, and then once it pushed above these levels, we talked about this on the live stream yesterday, right? And then we had this next geo line as a potential target. So we got really, really close to that today, right? And also, didn't even get to that pivot level. So just super strong this morning. Just was just a lot of buying going on. It pulled back when the market was pulling back, but bounced off those levels for a nice move up. So good job there. Space was another one, also had a double inside day yesterday. This was a gap and go this morning with this really, really strong move at the open. Members did well on this one too. Let's take a look at the daily chart so I can show you what we're talking about here. Double inside day up. Now I'd like to see this close strong with some good volume to see if we get some follow through on it. But right now it's kind of pulling back a little bit. But double inside day broke out of the triangle and gave a nice momentum move to the upside. So guys, don't forget to look at your daily charts when you're day trading to see, because sometimes these things could move and you're like, oh yeah, it's going to keep going all day. Well, just to kind of look where you're running into, see how big the candles are, right, and how far you've gotten, right. Here we kind of got into this selling pressure right here and finally calmed down in that area. And then, you got to watch the overall market too. Okay, good. So AMD. AMD was beautiful this morning. So we actually shorted this and then went long, right? Because initially the market was pulling back in the open. So we got this down here. We were able to get out for break even on it. Didn't get the move we were hoping for. And then it just kind of flipped the script on us once it broke the 15-orb high. And then it was a long. And members did really well on this one this morning too. Just an incredible move there. Nice pullback to the ADMA. Honestly, low volume. You got to love it. And just kind of slowly grinding its way up here. A little bit tricky with a heavy market, but it's doing its job. So and took out some prior levels that we provide to our members. And then last, let's take a look at Boeing. A little bit of news came in on this one here. Apparently, they're missing their debut, their 2021 debuts, missing some key dates in here. We're at an inside 15 right here after filling an open gap below. So let's see how that holds going into the rest of the day as well. So good stuff, guys. Well, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the market wrap. I hope everybody has a great rest of your trading day. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.